Welcome to your new wrestling obsession. This is Off the Mat, the YouTube's premier professional wrestling show. I'm your host, Matt. With me, as always, we have the man who is stuck in whatever time stream he's in, never knows whether he's coming or going. You got Sticks Boy 73. And down in below us, we have the dirtiest player in the game, the man who's got his ear to the professional wrestling streets and his finger firmly planted on the butthole of professional wrestling. We have the dirty one himself, Mr. Dirty Dom Tober. Boys, how we doing tonight? How is you guys ready to talk some professional wrestling?
Yeah. I love doing a day earlier because my apologies, but hey, listen,
life happens.
And life does happen. But it's good to talk wrestling because we're so built up from all the anticipation of all the bullshit and the aggravation that we're going through.
Dom's all built up and he's looking for that full release.
Damn straight. Damn skippy.
Right. We're going to start hot tonight. Real hot. Like hot. Like Sticks' girlfriend in high school hot. All right.
Man.
Back in 1803 hot. Or 1776. Whichever it was.
Hey, Sticks, the movie
she had nice ankles.
Listen, Somewhere in Time was based off your true story, right? Christopher Reeve played your part.
Somewhere in Time. Yeah.
James Seymour was the love of your life. Yeah.
We're gonna start with we pretty much have our men's final for King of the Ring set. Yes, we still have to go through Javon Evans versus Jey Uso Friday night, but we pretty much know who's winning that match, and it's not Javon Evans. So, Oba Femi versus Jey Uso. What the hell are we doing, and where the hell are we going with this?
I tell you, straight to Suplex City to make him lose against Jey Uso. So, you know what?
Makes sense.
Listen, all kidding aside, we all got Jey Uso shoved down our throats. And to be honest, when Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble,
last 2 years,
we were all for it. We were all for it. Jey, this and that, main event Jey. We all we all agreed. We were happy about that. That's cool that they were pushing Jey Uso, this and that, and we wanted that. But then the shenanigans started happening again. He kept winning other tournaments, going to a championship. He won the belt. He made Gunther tap out, put him to sleep. Gunther, the indestructible Gunther. And then he brought up the Yeet. The Yeet I heard about in the world.
Yeet,
everybody loved the Yeet. He yeeted all over the place. Then
all over his dome.
The decline of Jey Uso started happening with the let's rerun it back. And then Brock Lesnar gets thrown out of the Royal Rumble with the Yeet rerunning back. So Brock Lesnar, a big star, getting thrown out in mid Yeet, and no one knew until
mid Yeet. No, we didn't know.
And now Jey Uso is a backup player to the OTC, but now all of a sudden he gets another crack at championship gold. He's on the verge of another crack at championship gold. All these other players, listen to that. LA Knight, is this man buried or what? Is he buried? Because obviously someone in the higher ups does not like LA Knight.
Oh, I think he's definitely got backstage heat. There's some definite backstage heat on LA Knight. Yeah. There is a lot of venom and visceral meaning in LA Knight's promos. You can tell it by his body language. You can tell it by the way he carries himself. He is bringing a lot of truth and reality to his promos, and there is a lot of frustration on LA Knight, where I would not be surprised if I was LA Knight. Yeah, he's like 44. His next contract, dude, and when his contract is up, I would not blame him for taking his ball and going back to the Indies as Eli Drake and making a name for himself and finishing his career that way and doing things on his own terms, because WWE is giving him nothing to work with, showing him no love.
And doesn't care about the fans. The fans they love him, and the fans are definitely getting the back end of things. Excuse me. Wow.
And to touch back on something you were saying, though, I don't think we're leading towards Brock Lesnar Oba Femi 3 right now, because none of this has anything to do at this point. You wait. At this point, you talk Brock into waiting, and if you're gonna pull the trigger on Oba Femi beating Jey Uso at Night of Champions and becoming King of the Ring and calling a shot with essentially you're gonna call it against Roman Reigns, you think?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you wait if you're Brock Lesnar till he wins the Universal Championship, and then you are the heavyweight championship, and then you go after him then, and you do career versus title match at WrestleMania.
No, actually,
in Saudi Arabia. I think we're leading towards Oba Femi Jacob Fatu, because we saw Roman Reigns give Jacob Fatu marching orders on Monday night, and I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see Jacob Fatu interfere in that match to help Jey Uso win King of the Ring. And we're going to lead towards Jacob Fatu versus Oba Femi on maybe Monday Night Raw, or even at SummerSlam.
There's a couple of things we got to talk about, but let's go because there's some things that hit me watching Raw that I seen that there looks like there's a change in a lot of things that we actually thought that other things were going to come forward. Now we have to talk about the possible changing of situations that we thought that were going to be. But back to Jey. Everybody agrees they're shoving Jey down our throat now.
Absolutely. And I'm a Jey Uso fan. I like Jey Uso, but I am not a fan
Small
of
doses.
Yes. And the yeeting was fun at first, but now it's old. The running it back is old. They've effectively done with that what they're doing with Danhausen now, shoving them down our throats. Danhausen's fucking everywhere. Where he's kind of losing his luster for me a little bit.
Danhausen's got apparently with they said that because the Knicks won, they have big plans for freaking Danhausen.
Oh, I know they do. I know
they do. But anyway, Jey Uso
probably gonna get a ring.
I don't want to. There's a report going around that he's the most hated man in WWE. And I don't necessarily agree with that. I don't think he is. I don't hate him, but I'm tired of him, and I'm tired of the Bloodline storyline. It's going nowhere.
That's another thing. The Bloodline story. They're talking about the Bloodline storyline, and we're gonna have to talk about Monday night. There were some things that were said, and some name wasn't mentioned in a promo. So kind of like it makes you think. When Roman Reigns was saying the best Samoans, the Bloodline's been living forever. One name wasn't mentioned that wrestled. The Rock. The Rock was not mentioned in that promo. He skipped The Rock's name and said everybody else that there was in the ring. And it's kind of it's odd, but that's probably a storyline. So we'll probably get another guy that we have issues with coming back in the future. So
but I don't know when, because he's out of the Rock is out of the country doing Moana press for
he is.
The foreseeable future.
We'll see. But let's the whole thing with Jey. Do you really like? Is Jey the new what the hell's his name? I'm going to blank now. Shawn Michaels. If you really think about it, with Shawn Michaels when he broke away from the Rockers, and he became his own thing, and they made him
the Heartbreak Kid.
The Heartbreak Kid. They made him do his own thing. Are they like the same to Jey? Is Jey the is he him that part of the Usos that break? Because listen, you don't see the Usos freaking winning the tag teams anymore. I don't think they're going for the tag team championship anymore.
No.
Now, but
I don't think the heat on Jey is the same as the heat that they made for Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels went heel. Jey is.
But Jey might be going. He might be. See, this is the thing.
I don't know if you want to consider him heel
bigger
or not.
It could be something big with Jey coming in the woodworks, and it could be a betrayal of Jey and Jacob Fatu betraying Roman. So there's a potential story there that could happen.
But you want that to happen via Jacob Fatu. Nobody wants to see Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. That is not a SummerSlam worthy man.
I don't think we're gonna get that. I don't even think.
I think you get the wrong Uso, but okay.
I think Jimmy has more of the his promos.
What do you mean the wrong Uso?
But
I think they planted a seed this week that Jimmy is going to get.
Yes, sir. I agree with you
because of the way he's going about LA Knight.
Yeah.
Hey, give him time. Let me talk to him. I'm not going to go out there and beat him up. I'm going to go out there and talk to him when he wants you to go out there and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, but
if you want to push an Uso, it should be Big Jim, not Jay.
And I think that now that I think Jay is now on the same page with Jay with LA Knights from the LA Knight. I guarantee we're going to be getting Night of Champions, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Now that's another thing. If you really think about that, think about this. Do you make LA Knight lose yet again? Take the fall again. Get the pin. Look, the thing that sucked the most on Monday night, not only did LA Knight lose, he got pinned. You couldn't pin somebody else to make him lose like that. At least give him that he didn't lose, like getting pinned in the middle of the ring.
That was set up when LA Knight decided he was going to be Jey Uso and run it back and try and get his whole music played again. And
I know, but the whole fact is him losing and being the one that got pinned, which really sucks.
I think they're leaning into his frustration, and that's what's.
Yeah, I know. And look, and like I said, he's going to wind up fighting Jacob Fatu, and then he's going to wind up losing miserably to Jacob Fatu. And now you're bringing in Solo. Solo's back in the picture. Solo's part of this whole storyline too, because he's the one that hit freaking goddamn LA Knight to make him lose. So, but Jay, they are high on Jay, and I don't know why, because he's still the number one guy selling merchandise. He's the top 5 guy that's selling merchandise, and he still has the crowd eating. He still has. And look, like I said, you got to love or hate him, but the whole fact is that
Flash, no substance. He's nothing more than an entrance at this point.
I know, and that's the thing. He's a jobber, a backup at office now. He's going to look. So that means, think about this. So that means that Roman Reigns is now a heel again. You really think about it, they're heels again, because the way Roman Reigns is acting, it looks like he's a heel again. Like they're all heels.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that shit with Eric Andre was on Monday night. It was
stupid. That's what it was.
You know why? Because they're promoting the Big Brother, the new TV show with John Cena. That's what they're promoting.
Who cares?
It was a waste of a segment. But I don't, dude. We don't need Jey Uso King in the Ring. It's got to be Oba Femi, and even then, like, if you're gonna pull the trigger, you pull the trigger all the fucking way, and you go Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, and you have Oba Femi take the belt off Roman Reigns.
In reality, this is what you do. In reality, Devon Evans is now he's having heat with the Vision. The Vision come in, interfere, he loses. Jay goes to the finals against Oba Femi. LA Knight interferes with Jay, and Jay loses. Oba Femi wins his shot to go to SummerSlam to fight Roman Reigns for the belt. So you have that. That's the only way.
You pull the trigger and you prove all of us wrong, because all of the internet, all of the IWC, and when I say all, I mean all of the IWC is dismissing Javon Evans. I love Javon Evans, but everybody you listen to is already calling Jey Uso winning this, Jey Uso winning this, Jey Uso winning this. Do you shock the world and pull off Javon Evans beating Jey Uso
because
and you give us Javon Evans versus Oba Femi at Night of Champions instead of Jey Uso versus Oba Femi?
Well, listen, you did have some epic match. You did have the epic match between Oba Femi versus Javon Evans in NXT when Oba Femi was champion. So
when Javon should have won it,
you could try to rekindle that on the main event on Monday Night Raw. On Night of Champions, and really have that and really push the.
I would love that.
Push that. That could be great right there. So you have LA Knight interfering and making Jay lose to against Javon Evans.
I don't even think, man, you don't get that far. You shock the world and you have Javon Evans go over Jey Uso clean on SmackDown, because who needs it more? Who benefits more from it? Look at what King of the Ring does. Look at all the careers that King of the Ring launched. The reason we have Austin 316
King of the Ring
is because King of the Ring.
Yeah.
Restore that prestige. Launch Javon Evans into the stratosphere. The kid is gold. The kid is great. The kid is young. You build young stars. You're maybe 5 years away from not having any talent whatsoever, because Punk, all these guys are that you're pushing that are in their 40s are going to retire.
They're in the 40s, yeah.
And so you put the kid on a launching pad and go and give us we saw how good they were against each other in NXT. You give us a hell of a match. You give the Saudis a hell of a match at Night of Champions. A pay-per-view, which, by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's called Night of Champions and we don't even have one goddamn championship match.
Nope.
You got a steel cage match between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins that was announced on Monday night. And then you got King and Queen of the Ring finals matches.
Finals.
You know,
that's 3 matches right there.
Think about this.
Out of 5.
So all right, this is what happens. Jey loses. Roman gets pissed off at Jey for losing. You might get that fight between Jacob Fatu versus the ruler.
Well, and that's what it is. It really feels like Jacob Fatu is set to Raw to fight Oba Femi because they need another big body to put him against.
Yeah.
Right now, if you pull the trigger and you do Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi at SummerSlam, there's no reason for Brock to give him a third match. He's got nothing.
This is a third match. I know, exactly.
There's no reason for Brock to give him that third match. He's got nothing. There's got to be skin in the game for both of them. If Oba Femi is going to be like, all right, well, I want to retire you for good, your career versus what? And we don't have that. So do you have somehow Oba Femi win and then Brock Lesnar beat him down and somehow Brock Lesnar get inserted into SummerSlam and then we have a triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship where we have Brock versus Oba versus Roman Reigns?
No, I think it's going to be Oba Femi Brock 3, the final champion.
For what?
So you're going to have to look. This is going to happen. So if it's not SummerSlam, you could possibly have this final match.
Got to be SummerSlam.
I know, but that's the whole freaking thing. So he's got to come out then. That's the whole thing. He's got to come out this week.
Do you really think WWE is going to fly Brock Lesnar all the way to Saudi Arabia just for him to interfere in the King of the Ring finals?
It depends on how much the Saudis have offered Lesnar to do it, right? That's your key component.
Money talks, bullshit walks.
Why wouldn't you offer him that money just to make an appearance at WrestleMania next year?
I think they will.
See,
I think they will.
So we're tossing up. Maybe, look, you know what? Maybe we have this all wrong. Maybe we wait till WrestleMania.
For what?
To have Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi.
That's what I was saying before. Is that do you have Oba Femi win King of the Ring? You must. You got to right now because nobody wants to see.
You got to
King Yeet. Do you have Oba Femi win King of the Ring? Go on to SummerSlam, challenge Roman Reigns, beat Roman Reigns, and then Brock Lesnar comes for his pound of flesh after that, and he says, "You know what? You got something I want. I want that World Heavyweight Championship. Let's do it one more time. Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi, WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, career versus title.
Or you get it in SummerSlam. You get it in freaking Survivor Series.
Why would you win it at Survivor? Nobody wants to see that. I think Survivor Series, you're more likely to get like a Jacob Fatu versus Oba Femi.
I know. I'm just saying the fact is that it's going to be. We have to wait to April. April for WrestleMania next year. Yeah. To have.
It might be the end of March. They're saying end of March.
End of March. Okay. The end of March next year.
Early April.
That's still a long ways away.
The first weekend of April.
You got to fill in the gaps then before.
You can have challengers. You can throw anybody at Oba Femi for to be a challenge, but It would be Brock Lesnar versus Femi, career versus title, which would be the real draw. The wild card here is, what is Brock doing with his career, and where does he stand as far as his retirement goes? Is he really going to retire at SummerSlam? Is he looking to retire in Minneapolis? Does he not give a shit about retiring in Minneapolis? Is he going to just stick around because the Saudis want to give him a giant payday? You would think if he was going to come out, it would have been Monday night to have
Even
him.
Oba Femi said it.
I kind of expected it Monday night.
Even Oba Femi's like, I thought you were going to come out, but I was wrong.
Mm.
You know, so he might come out this week.
Yeah.
Or maybe next Monday. Monday night going into Saudi, Night of Champions. He might come out.
But so you're gonna fly him now? Okay, so then you fly him all the way to London for that,
Dude.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's just unpredictable at the moment right now. We got to figure out how this.
I will say, if he shows up in London, maybe, just maybe, Oba Femi fends him off, still wins, and takes the win.
I think the way you go is you swerve everyone and you have Javon Evans beat Jey Uso. You have LA Knight, like kind of what Don was saying. You have LA Knight cost Jey Uso the match on SmackDown, and you have Javon Evans go over LA Knight, and you have Javon Evans versus Oba Femi at Night of Champions. That's to me the only the course. Because as much as I would love to see Jacob Fatu versus Oba Femi, I think you get there in a better way. Like you could have Oba Femi versus Roman Reigns at SummerSlam and have Jacob Fatu cost him the match there, and to get to Jacob versus Roman or Jacob versus Oba. You could still do Jacob versus Oba Monday night. Anyway, or whatever. I just, man, I do not want to see Jey Uso.
Anybody who wins King of the Ring, can they pick any champion they want to fight?
Yep. Either
any male or any female.
Belt. Yeah.
And you can go for any belt. You can go for any belt. You can go for the Intercontinental Championship. You go for. Well, why would you want the Intercontinental Championship if you're, champions is a bigger belt? But
I mean, you could if you're feuding with that guy. I mean, that'd be one thing. Hey, I'm gonna come in and take your belt. Doesn't matter if it's Intercontinental or what. But
I bet they changed things up. I know Gunther is going for the belt. He's going for the Cody Rhodes' belt. You're
gonna have Gunther win the title on SmackDown, then have Jey Uso win King of the Ring, and we're gonna get Gunther and Jey Uso again.
Imagine that. Nah.
Oh shit! Don't even bring that into the atmosphere. I don't even want that.
How about
I think
Jey
even
Uso
then the
versus
Saudis
Sammy?
would be, what the fuck is this shit?
How about Jey versus
We pay for
Sammy?
this shit.
If Sammy wins, I think Sammy's going to be in the mix at SummerSlam. I think he's going to have a triple threat with Sami Zayn, Gunther versus.
I think Sammy's in the mix at Night of Champions.
Yeah, or something. Anyway,
well, I think he's already in the mix Friday night.
To me, it feels like they've just. A Night of Champions is a fucking afterthought, man. Like we're a week away from Night of Champions, and we've got 3 matches for this card. And
how many matches is it supposed to be? 5 matches, 6 matches?
5, yeah.
5, 6 tops.
So you have
and are they gonna do the first 2 matches on ESPN proper? Have we heard about that yet?
Yes.
They are.
Apparently,
yes.
So apparently
the Braun Breaker,
the cage match is on ESPN proper.
It's on the first hour of ESPN.
So apparently, Rhea Ripley's been pulled.
And, she's hurt. She's got a
freaking
surgery.
Tiffany Stratton is going to be in a place now as one of the champions in a match fighting. And so Rhea Ripley, the knee injury is actually much more worse than what they were saying. She might have to go for surgery. She might have to freaking put the belt up.
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that she might not even make SummerSlam.
Yeah, so. And the thing that sucks the most is that I wanted Raquel to win. Raquel should have won. And look, I like Io Sky, but the whole fact is, come on. You're supposed to be building new stars. Raquel should have won. You should have Raquel going to the thing, and then she changed her mind. She's like, I'm going for you. And look, and the whole thing, too, I'm going to tell you another thing, too. See, I got some stuff in the Dirty Dom sheets that I found out. And I don't want to say it now about certain things that are.
Like I said,
same for the sheets.
The butthole of professional wrestling.
Yeah. So, but no, let's just finish this.
I will tell you one dirt sheet that I heard that because of what happened with Jade Cargill, Her wig is on IR. No.
Oh my God, Sticks.
No, that was funny. And what did I tell you, Matt? When I text you, he goes, "You went there." You went there. I'm like, "Hey, you should have ball take." What do you? Hey, but anyway, but I actually thought it was
all right. Well, we're gonna have Sticks start his vacation early this week after that terrible joke.
I know, terrible joke.
Sticks is on IR after that terrible dad joke.
Damn, Sticks. Nah, but look, we came up with good things, good scenarios, and hopefully the WWE listens and Jey makes it.
Let me ask you this.
I'm not gonna even say it sound right. Makes it to the friggin' Night of Champions as a figure.
Let me ask you this.
Doesn't make it.
If Rhea Ripley is hurt as they're speculating, do you have her show up on Monday Night Raw live from England, from London, and have her? Well, actually, it would be SmackDown.
Drop the belt?
Have her show up on SmackDown Friday night and drop the belt and do a battle royale at Night of Champions. Winner is the new women's champion.
And okay, you could, but or
do you have the finals of the Queen of the Ring before that championship belt?
Maybe
Charlotte Flair versus Io Sky for that belt.
Maybe but Io Sky is Raw. So
yeah, I know, but you could move her to SmackDown.
It doesn't matter
because remember there's still a trade. Finn Balor went to SmackDown, so there's got to be
the trade was Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu came to Raw. So, Balor went to SmackDown.
Listen, there's a lot of speculation that, like I said, there's a lot of things crossovers, but a lot of speculation that they're going to be doing some more flip flopping because there's more call ups that are coming up. But you know what? All right, I'm going to give you one of the dirty Dom sheets right now.
No, just hold it. Just hold it.
No, because it makes sense.
Okay, well, go. I mean, if it goes in with my question, go ahead. I just don't want to ruin your segment.
The whole thing, it's not ruined. So apparently, there is a visa issue with overseas with Stephanie Vikir, Dragunov, and somebody else. I forgot who the other person was, but the reason why you haven't seen them on TV, they're ready to go. And Dragunov, off TV for a while because of the visa problems. And there's going to be a lot of problems with a lot of the wrestlers moving forward because the visas are hard to come by because of what's going on in the world and stuff like that. So the reason Stephanie Vikir, see, that's what I'm trying to say. They try. Okay, Stephanie Vikir is supposed to be fighting Liv. That's the whole thing speculation.
Oh, I see. I thought the visa issue is mostly affecting AAA talent. No. I didn't realize it was Dragunov and Stephanie Vikir.
So some WWE talent is going through some visa issues. So there is some issues with. And I know that Stephanie Vikir has nothing to do with Rhea Ripley, but it's a trickle effect when it comes to the championships. That's why they don't want to Liv fighting anybody else with that. But the Rhea Ripley, if they have a battle royal, you want Stephanie Vikir in that battle royal,
right?
That's what I'm trying to say. So I think what they might do is what they could do is. Put the belt up in Night of Champions. If Rhea's knee is really that bad.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Do you do it as a battle royale at Night of Champions, or do you make it
put it Night of Champions?
The Queen of the Ring winner is also the champion.
The visa thing is a problem too. I think there's another girl. Somebody else is there's a third person.
Was it Julia?
No, Julia's been on TV.
Julia's been on TV.
Okay. Yes, that's right. She is. But Continental, I didn't know if that, going overseas.
Because, I mean, you put the belt on Charlotte Flair then. I don't think Liv is making it past Charlotte on Friday night.
Let me see.
You open up for other people, though. Like, you could have Roxanne Perez in that match. You could have Raquel Rodriguez. Give Raquel Rodriguez a shot at it. You could have Sol Ruka in there. You could have JC Jane in there. Give JC Jane a shot to win that belt. Yeah. You could have, Jordan Grace. Like, they have the people in there to do this and pull that trigger. and they could have Io go over and win the belt and carry that belt on SmackDown while Rhea is out too, because they have the firepower on Raw to
They do.
supplement that. You can utilize Bailey more, you can utilize Lyra more, you can utilize Becky more, you can utilize Maxine Dupree more, utilize Ivy Nile, who you haven't seen in fuck knows how long.
Well, I think Ivy Nile's coming back because if after what transpired on Monday night, you might be getting American Made coming back coming soon, because there's going to be some stuff that's going to be going on.
Chad Gable does not need to be a night stable anymore. He needs to be solo. He needs to be Intercontinental Championship. If we don't get Chad Gable versus Penta at Night of Champions, we're getting robbed.
I thought I saved it.
Agreed.
But there's some there's some visa issues that are going on with certain talent on the roster. So that's why they have him in there, and that's why they were taken off of TV, because you can't have a storyline with somebody and all of a sudden we're going overseas for a couple of months. Oh, what happened with the storyline with so and so? Oh, we had to stop it until he comes back. So that's one of the reasons why you're getting some of the things that might be happening. But I know Stephanie Fakir has nothing to do with Rhea Ripley, but like I said, it is a trickle effect. If Rhea Ripley is definitely that injured, that championship, you want all your top wrestlers to be, the fight. And you know what? Then again, they might do the Night Champions just because have that battle royal, like you said, or maybe have a fatal 4-way. Pick a couple of people, like the people who lost the King and Queen of the Ring, and have them freaking.
I want a good old fashioned over the top battle royal.
I would like that too.
But I would also take the Queen of the Ring winner between Io and Charlotte. Gets to be the champion. I'd be okay with that too.
Well, honestly. We'll see what happens.
It all depends on Rhea, because I think ultimately, if Rhea is cleared to go at for SummerSlam, I think ultimately we get. I would think it was going to be. I thought it was going to be for sure Rhea versus Io, because everyone's saying that Charlotte's going to go against Jade Cargill, and you're going to get Charlotte. They're going to do Io is going to pick Liv Morgan. And a lot of speculation is that you're going to get Rhea versus JC Jane at SummerSlam. But I think the money is in Io Rhea at SummerSlam personally. But who the fuck?
Io, and the reason why Rhea has not beaten Io, so if she beats her, that's that thing. That's a storyline, long-term story, like Seth Rollins, like freaking Roman Reigns hasn't beaten Seth Rollins, so you have them face off again, and finally they beat. Roman Reigns beats Seth Rollins, so you can have that, just finish that storyline that's been going on. But anyway, we went off the topic with Jey. Hopefully, it is Javon Evans.
Yeah, we did.
Hopefully, it was Javon Evans. He does beat Jey, and hopefully, we get that and Oba Femi winning it all, because you did say Oba Femi is going to go into it in the beginning and he'll win it all. So, and then once he wins the champion, once he wins the belt. That's when you have Brock come in, and then they have the fight. And you're right, but as of right now, things are changing now, and I think that and I can't say that the WWE is listening, because Raquel should have won. Should have been the champion, the Queen of the Ring. But you buried her too. That's another thing. You buried.
I think that was the better storyline, and they.
Yeah. You're gonna wind up having Roxanne Perez turn on Liv, which you should have Raquel turning on Liv. That's gonna happen before she turns on Liv, which sucks. She should be the one that turns on Liv, and then Raquel later on turns on Liv and goes with Raquel. Roxanne goes with Raquel, and you have them do their own thing, because this has got to be the end of Judgment Day, because all three of them lost.
They're fucking boring now. They are so
all three
boring.
of them. Dominic got decimated. It's like there was like no chance. He got he hit freaking Oba Femi with the hammer in his damn boot. Oba Femi just
shook it off.
Essentially, like I said last week, Oba Femi beat Dominic with with JD McDonough.
Yeah.
Like he used JD McDonough to beat the shit out of Dominic.
Yeah.
Even with a hammer in his boot, Dominic could not pull out the win and got absolutely manhandled.
He got manhandled. And, so we're going to see what happens if Javon Evans has a, hopefully, Javon. But you know what? I would not mind. All right, you may disagree with me with this, but all right, I don't want to see Jey win, but I wouldn't mind if we have an epic battle between Jey and Javon, and it turns out really good. No interference, and it turns out the best man, Jey winds up winning through the skin of his teeth and goes to the final, and that's when we have the mayhem that happens. And we can have a lot of the bloodline would be interfering, with Oba Femi. You're gonna have. You'll have the Javon Evans division might be interfering with him, and you have a whole big crossover with the big thing. And you know how much I like the big crossover, the crossover fights with all the bad guys fighting each other, people fighting each other. But that's the only thing that would actually get me excited with that. If that happens through that, you get both factions coming in and it's a whole big melee, which is great. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow night. Oh, well, tomorrow afternoon, but it's on. What time is it? It's tomorrow early, right? Isn't it early tomorrow?
No, SmackDown is normal time. They're still in the States.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Nice. So SmackDown is early, so that's good. I'm saying that eventually we're gonna get Oba Femi versus Royce Keys, but I think they buried Royce Keys. Royce Keys got destroyed in that friggin' that Fatal 4.
I think they're just still throwing shit at the wall, and they don't know where they're going.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Frankly.
What else we got, Matt?
All right, let's move on into our top rope takes. Or top rope takes is where we put 2 minutes on the clock, and we give you our 5 top news stories in professional wrestling.
I had this in my dirty dumb sheets.
Yeah, kicking us off, we got Tessa Blanchard was once again leaving TNA Wrestling, and word is it's due to her obligations or contract with CMLL, and because TNA is partnered with WWE, who owns AAA in Mexico, and she's doing dates with CMLL. TNA was no longer happy with it, so Tessa Blanchard has decided to ask for her release from TNA so she could continue her dates in CMLL. And so they were happy to grant that release. So in doing so, where do we see Tessa Blanchard ending up? Do we see Tessa Blanchard heading for AEW, who partners with CMLL, or do we see her just working indies and CMLL?
I see her working some indies, and I think AEW is where she's going to be at. Because if she has if she's definitely partners with that, and AEW is partners with that, that's a better fit for her. I can see her going. Like, I wouldn't see her go to the WWE. You don't know. Maybe things change. They give her a shitload of money. They do what they got to do. But I think AEW is in her future.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely don't think she'll be coming to WWE because of everything that's gone on with her.
No, I think her leaving TNA for this reason, there's no way she's coming to the WWE. It's either going to be AEW or indies. She's going to do indie shows.
Yeah, I can see her doing indies.
Definitely. I mean, really, what was she doing? I know she was big in TNA a few years ago, but then she kind of had all that controversy and was like go, and then came back, and now she's got that, like I said, doing the shows with CMLL, and that's kind of why TNA was like, yeah, all right, well, see you later, bye.
Yeah. Pick one.
So,
I think they told her to pick one.
Yeah, they did. They said either pick TNA or CMLL, and I think CMLL was giving her I don't know if it was more money or more traction or more freedom or whatever it was, but she clearly chose sides and chose CMLL, who has a great working relationship with the AEW. So, I mean, other than going to like House of Glory or some of these other indie promotions that I can't, Ring of Honor, something like that, it would make more sense.
Where's she from? Do you know where she's from? She's from the States.
I
The
believe
Blanchards,
so, yeah.
I think. I would have suggested maybe like doing one of the Canadian. Now that AEW is partnered with some of those Canadian programs.
Yeah, she's from. She was born in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. I kind of thought that, but
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, you know, also all that shake up in TNA. You got Tommy Dreamer leaving. Tommy Dreamer is taking off, and also somebody else is taking off too.
Hold your shorts, man. Quit jumping ahead of things.
Oh, sorry, I had that there too. I'm sorry, I had that. That's why.
Up next, is it time to put the WWE title on Sami Zayn? He's the best part of SmackDown, doing the best work. No water bottle is still safe. He's still crashing out. He's trying to get advice from a basically comatose Johnny Gargano at this point. Is it time to put the WWE title on a man who looks like he just rolls out of bed and shows up for work?
Yeah, I mean, he's like you say, he's been doing great stuff. He's the only bright spot on SmackDown, as far as I'm concerned, when it comes to the male side of things. How he's been kind of squished into that whole the program as it is now is unfortunate, because he's been throughout his career bigger than it is now, and they've kind of, I don't know if they've just lessened him, and they're gonna, they put him on a pendulum every once in a while. He'll come out and do good, then we'll kind of bring him down. But I think he's on an upswing right now, and definitely need to put him in the picture at least for a championship.
Yeah, I think he gets added. It's going to be triple threat at Night of Champions, man. I think there's going to be some fuckery abounds that he's going to cost Gunther the championship match on SmackDown, since he's a special guest referee. And we're going to get a triple threat match, Gunther versus Cody versus Sammy at Night of Champions. And we're going to see Sammy win that. They need to put that title on Sammy at Night of Champions just to freshen things up a little bit, shock the world, and give us a little fresher before SummerSlam. And what better way to do it? I mean, you pull the trigger now. You have him win the title now in Saudi Arabia instead of wait until WrestleMania next year. I mean, personally, I think WrestleMania next year would be the better story, but WWE is kind of stale, and they need to freshen things up, and they need to take that title off Cody already.
Yeah, I think he is one of the bright spots on SmackDown. His promos are always good. Sammy always looks like he's his anxiety's about to pick up the way he acts. Overly emotion. No water, like you said, no water bottle safe, and but after seeing the last couple of weeks and his interactions with Cody and that fractured friendship that they have now, to see him, but like once Cody beat Gunther in that last month, and kind of like pushing it, and we all thought that Gunther was going to get the belt and he's going to be the I want to see Sammy get the belt now, because it'll open the door for other things. And when Randy comes back, McIntyre comes back, there's a lot of different ways they could take things. Him being champion, So, and plus, think about it, the Bloodline storyline will be even higher. Sammy wins. He was the honorary use. They know they'll definitely be monitoring that. If he wins the belt, and Jey has to go, and if Jey wins, has to go and fight Sammy for the belt. So it actually would make a lot of sense. But there's a triple threat match, but that means that whoever Jey's going to fight is going to be SummerSlam. So when that time does happen, I'd rather see that fight. If Jey wins, Jey and Sammy. Because Cody, I don't want to see Cody. You definitely don't want to see Gunther. It'd be freaking Gunther freaking Jey 9. You don't want to see that.
I particularly don't want to see Sammy versus Jey either.
But wouldn't you want to see that better than over Cody? Over freaking that?
No, I would rather see Sammy versus somebody else. I don't want to see Sammy versus Jey.
So you'll have all right. So if you see him fight Javon Evans, right? Say if Javon Evans wins it all. But see, that's not going to happen. What's going to happen is that Oba Femi wins. They're going after the Raw guy. They're not going to go after the SmackDown guy. So you'll still have other players in SmackDown going after that belt. Randy Orton is going to make a return, and McIntyre. Well, McIntyre. That's talking about McIntyre.
McIntyre is not coming back anytime soon.
I know. Okay, my dirt sheets. I have a McIntyre situation too in my dirt sheets, but so Randy will probably be back. Maybe he pops up and not a champion. Maybe not. It's not Sammy. Randy comes back and raises hell and causes disqualification with Gunther and Cody. And then Nick Aldis gets pissed. And then Sammy's like, listen, you got this happening, and then you can make it a fatal four. Because remember, Randy still has to have his opportunity because that whole friggin' storyline with McAfee. So you have a fatal four SummerSlam. Would you want to see that?
No, honestly, I wouldn't.
No, but obviously because you know that the winner of the King of the Ring is not going. He's not going for.
I just want to see Cody. I love Cody. Cody's probably one of my favorite wrestlers right now. But I think if Cody loses the belt, he needs to be out of the title picture for a while. Like, there's got to be a feud. They got to come up with a plan for Cody.
Well, they did. Well, I told you like a couple of weeks ago that Cody is supposed to have a brief run-in with the Vision.
But why? Like,
because
the Vision is non-existent. Like,
no, because the Vision is trying to recruit people now. This is the thing now. They're going to be trying to recruit people. So you might be seeing new players on the Vision. And we got to talk about something because there's something like happened on Raw that kind of changed the certain aspects of storytelling, what we thought that might happen. But we'll talk about that later on. But Sammy, right now, you're gonna have to. I think Randy Orton will definitely be in the picture when he comes back. You can't leave Randy.
Or do we have KO come back and you see KO versus Sammy 59?
I think actually KO comes back in Survivor Series.
I can see him coming back Royal Rumble.
No, I think Survivor Series. For Survivor Series, we had
Right.
Randy Orton come back. CM Punk show up. Imagine having Kevin Owens show up at a.
But he would have to come back before that to be input into it. Unless they have a mystery player yet to be named.
He makes a surprise appearance in Survivor Series. And then you can have him part of the thing. We'll see what happens, but we'll definitely look at that. Look, they have a lot of options. You got a Sunday Night Heat coming. You got another Saturday night main event happening. You got a whole bunch of things going on. There's a lot of different.
Got a couple before that, yeah.
A couple of PLEs that are happening way before Survivor Series happens. So.
Oh hell yeah!
But
like 6.
Right. Next up, the Road Dogg has been discussed within TNA as a potential replacement for Tommy Dreamer, as Tommy Dreamer is out as the head of creative for TNA, and they're talking about bringing in the Road Dogg to lead the creative team in WWE. Was this the plan all along? Did we know? Do you think WWE knew eventually that Tommy Dreamer is going to get ousted? And is the Road Dogg the right fit to lead TNA's creative?
I'm going to give you a example. Sometimes when you have a high profile team and you play for it and you can't handle the big lights in the big city, and then you get traded to another team and you wind up becoming the player that they always thought you were, because you couldn't handle the big scene, but you wind up going to a team that actually is less known, but you're putting up big numbers and you're comfortable there. Road Dogg might be better suited for TNA than he was with WWE. You know, not to say that great, you know, it could be a total disaster what happens, but give the man a chance. Maybe he could turn creative there in TNA and make it a better product. You know, it's a 50-50. You don't know what you're going to get. And Tommy Dreamer, maybe Tommy Dreamer comes over to Raw, comes over to WWE.
I don't think so. I don't
Swapping.
think that's happening.
Hey, look, remember, Paul Heyman has a connection with all these ex, freaking ECW guys. So you don't know. Maybe there could be a spot for him. Maybe he comes back as a manager. Maybe he comes back as something. You know, I remember going to Yonkers because I know that Tommy Dreamer lives in Yonkers. I remember going to a store in Yonkers shopping, and he was in there shopping. I'm like, yo, Tommy, what's up? But it was a long time ago.
And then he hit you with a kendo stick.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, but who knows? You know, I'm not going to say that it might be the greatest thing for TNA, but it could be something.
I mean, I think I get what you're saying, and yeah, it could potentially work, but I mean, if you want to turn TNA into a hokey, non-directional, soft limb dick like SmackDown has been the last couple of years, sure, hire Road Dogg. He couldn't cut it in WWE as he was a main roster talent, part of the New Age Outlaws, one of Triple H's friends, but he couldn't cut it there as creative. Twice they tried to put him in head of creative SmackDown, and it didn't work out. What's he going to offer TNA? You know, what's he going to bring to TNA that's any different than WWE, other than the knowledge of the WWE system and the way they handle creative to try and bolster TNA a little bit? But I just don't see it working in TNA's favor.
Interesting. Now, I'll input this because it just came across my phone. Now, last week, if you remember in my hot cold, we talked about Steve Macklin and Miley Grace, how they had mutually left the promotion. Mm-hmm. Aside from Tommy Dreamer and Tessa Blanchard, apparently Sami Callihan has also left the promotion.
Yeah, Sami Callihan. Yeah. That's another one.
So, and he's the former champion. So, who was doing backstage producer according to this report.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, they are definitely doing a talent shakeup at
Yeah, they're doing something. Yeah,
you know, because they're about to lose Santana. Santana might be going to WWE. We might be getting him. They might be losing him, and they're gonna need some stuff. That
I don't think there's an if about it. I don't think there's an if about it. I think when his contract is up, he is going to be WWE bound.
Yeah. Him and Slater.
Leon Slater, yeah.
Yeah, definitely on Slater. So
I don't know. I honestly think that AEW might shell out big bucks for Slater, bigger bucks than WWE is willing to pay. And I think unless they're going to pair him with Javon Evans, that might be a better place for Slater is in AEW. But
yeah, but imagine Slater and freaking Javon Evans as tag team. That'd be an amazing tag team.
Yes, it would. Our next topic. All right, Dom. I want you to be brutally honest with me. All right. Brutally honest. Natty buried Jada Parker after she beat Jada Parker on NXT last night. She went on Busted Open Radio and basically just buried Jada Parker and said that Jada Parker needs to quit having fucking pity parties and actually show up and wrestle.
Well,
listen, I want you to be brutally honest. Has the time passed Jada Parker by? Is she no longer main roster talent? Because you look at all the call-ups, Julia, Stephanie, JC Jade, someone who I was not high on until recently. JC Jade, Blake Monroe, who's only been in NXT for a few months. Now potentially there's Tatum Paxley coming up. Sol Ruka. These are all girls that Jada Parker was part of. Jada Parker was involved in. Jada Parker's name is not anywhere near these call-ups. And now it seems like they've got Natty down there to try and get something out of Jada. Is this feud with Natty Jada's make or break moment in WWE? And could she be potentially fall victim to a future endeavor in the next round of releases?
I will definitely tell you, yes, she did get buried. You know, Natty made the new faction down there. And I think this is the last. I think what happened with Jada, she was on a roll before she got hurt. When she came back, she wasn't the same. And the direction, you know, to have her cut some decent promos and then lose. She's like LA Knight. She's like the LA Knight down in NXT. She's freaking losing. You know, but I could see this as a potential story, huge story in the making, with Natty going down there and potentially being the catalyst that actually propels and makes Jada a better wrestler to get her going. Because I think that she was definitely on one of the sheets of potential call-ups. Nikita's coming up. They talk about Nikita coming up, you know, and she's been hurt for a while. She had 2 knee surgeries. She's been out a lot of times, and I think she had less time than Jada Parker did. And they like her promos the way she is. Jada Parker, the one thing about Jada Parker is that she's one-dimensional as a wrestler. Love her to death. She's sexy as hell, you know, this and that, but she needs to change up on the character. Her character's been the same, you know, and the character when she had it going, the crowd was with her, all these things. She had the backing, she had all that stuff. And like I said, when she got hurt, she came back, started off slow, and then it just propelled, you know, and it's unfortunate that she's where she's at now. But I think if anybody can get her going, Natty, I think Natty definitely is the key to get her going. If she can. And to see what happens, maybe we'll get lucky and I'll get lucky and she'll come up to the main roster later on in the year, towards the end of the year. You know, she did show up. She did show up in the Royal Rumble a couple of years ago. She had that one Royal Rumble moment, you know, here and there. But you know, give or take, it's sad. But I think she will make the roster, the main roster, after this thing with Natty. I think there's going to be a long story with Natty to try to get her going. And she did get buried yesterday. She lost, and a lot of trash talk, a lot of shit talk. But we'll see. I hope. I still have high hopes for her. You know, she's still one of my favorite female wrestlers. You know, I'm hoping that one day she'll get the call up. You know, but I understand where you're coming from. You know, all the weeks you told me about that she's not ready. She's this and that. And you know what? She isn't ready. I know that. She definitely needs some work. She needs some retooling. She needs to have a different MO. And if she could change the persona of who she is, I think she can get going. Because she's stuck in that.
Yeah. And I think that's what this thing with Natty is going to end up doing. It's going to push her in a new direction. You know, and that's the hope anyway. So.
Yeah, they're going to have to reinvent her character. And if Natty can't get something out of her, she's been there. Like, that's the thing. And I like Jada, but this is the thing that we as fans are going to have to understand, and the IWC is going to have to understand, is that with the way that they're doing LFG and Evolve and NXT, they're going to be cycling people out. So if you're not ready to be called up, you're going to get cycled out. And JC Jane had to step up, and Nikita Lyons has had to step up. And now it's Jada Parker's turn to step up, because Jada Parker's been in NXT for a long time.
Yep.
And now if she can't put it together and figure it out, she's going to get cycled out. And I think this is what Natalya is there for, is that If she can't figure it out in a program with Natalya, and Natalya can't get the best out of her and help her change and evolve her career, then she's going to be gone, and she's going to have to go hit the indies and figure her shit out, and then maybe come back one day. But I really think that if Jada Parker can't put it together where she gets, I mean, look at how quickly Sol Ruka got called up. Look what they're doing with Zarya now. Look at Tatum Paxley.
Yep.
Look at all these names that Jada Parker has been there.
They
came after Jada Parker.
Yep.
And they're pushing and moving it. Blake Monroe, Julia, like they're pushing. I mean, other than Kiana James, who's still down there, but has still been NXT Women's Champion, or sorry, NXT North American Champion, TNA Women's Champion. I mean, I think Jada Parker is probably the longest tenured woman in NXT right now.
Yeah.
If she can't do it now, it's time to move on.
You know, and I know that the WWE and NXT hired her. They like her. It's just that you're right. Natalya's going to have to get something out of her, reinvent her character. And if she can be reinvented, then she'll come up. You know, but I tell you what.
Izzy Dame is another one, you know. What's the new rocker chick? Lizzie.
Izzy Rain.
Izzy Rain is another one that has seemed to be in NXT for a short time and getting more spotlight than Jada Parker. Like something's got to change for Jada, and she can't just ride on the fact that she might be dating Jey Uso. And if she thinks that, you know, dating Jey Uso is going to save her, I don't know. You need to see more from her. She needs to step up.
She's still sexy as hell. And she's still my favorite, my number one. Hopefully, she'll get called up.
She is sexy and she is great, and I think she could do great things. But
she has potential. She has potential of being a really good wrestler. It's just the fact is that her MO, the persona that she's showing,
right?
You know, it's just that it's been a long time and it's played out. All wrestlers reinvent themselves. They all reinvent, and they find their niche on what they're gonna be. Like, and you look. The best example is Nikita Lyons. You know, when she first came up, she had one persona. She got hurt, came back, and she tried that persona again, and then she started playing around with some other things, got hurt again, and now she came back, and this persona that she has, you know, it's kind of wacky, but it's kind of funny, singing and freaking doing all these things. And like I said, that was a surprise faction that came out of nowhere on NXT last night. So I was didn't
even have a name.
I know they have a name. I think they'll probably come out next week and they'll have a name. But that was surprising that they wind up becoming a faction.
I think the only thing I'll end with Parker is how long can you go by being she has potential to being, you know, out. Like, you can only say someone's got potential for so long until it's, she's had time to have potential.
You're true. No, you're right.
She hasn't showed us that her potential is going forward. She's just stagnant. You know, maybe I know that they like her. You move her into a smaller regiment, but right now, she's got to move out of that potential.
Yep.
And our last story of the week is: are we about to see the return of Vince McMahon to WWE this year? We've all been speculating on it, and as of the last couple of weeks, with the shareholders lawsuit just disappearing, and now the Janelle Grant lawsuit moving to arbitration, to where we're not really going to get any more updates about it, and it's being taken out of the public eye. Could this be Vince McMahon using his millions or billions of dollars to buy his way out of this situation and potentially buy his way back in to WWE? Boys, what do we think and how do we feel about possibility of Vince McMahon returning?
You guys think?
I don't see it. And as far as what's going on with, I think he's one of those people who stepping in shit, or
That's stepping in shit.
yeah, and they coming out smelling like a rose because things fall out of place, and it's all in his favor. And as far as arbitration, that's par for that. I mean, he's going to end up paying her whatever money, and that'll go away because that's what that kind of does for you. So do I want him back in WWE? No. I don't care what you think. If you think he's not what you want anymore. If you think you're going to get the Vincent Kennedy McMahon of the 90s, you're not. You're going to get something completely different because now he's been out of it. And I don't know what you think you're going to get out of him now at what, 84?
It's interesting how his absence makes people forget who we are. If you think we're getting better, the fact that he's a disgusting piece of shit aside, if you think we're getting better booking with Vince McMahon at the helm than we are with Triple H, you're out of your mind. And I question the mental stability of anybody in the IWC who's out there saying, "Oh, we need Vince back. Vince would be better than Triple H." Blah, 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 blah. No, because you know what's going to happen.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Remember that.
Yeah. If Vince comes back, I can tell you, and I'm sure there's probably at least 50% of the roster that would welcome Vince back. But I guarantee you there's going to be people that walk. CM Punk walks. Guarantee you CM Punk walks. You're going to have a lot of people that walk, I think. Yeah, you'll have some that stay, but you'll have some that will walk. A lot of female superstars that'll walk.
Female stars definitely.
So if you're going to bring him back, let him come back, give him his Hall of Fame induction, and you send him out into the sunset, put him out to pasture, and you leave it at that.
But you know, this whole Vince McMahon coming back, Triple H taking over, it reminds you of with Disney, with Star Wars. George Lucas with Star Wars, they wanted George Lucas back because Star Wars is, they don't like the other Disney. But remember, George Lucas sold the people who were toxic against George Lucas. He sold the company to Disney because of that. But you bring him back, and there was so basically, it's like you have the big person that was in charge. Yes, he did under his watch. We had a lot of good wrestling. The Attitude Era. The Attitude Era happened, and he was the man in charge of what transpired with that, and that's what propelled wrestling to what it was, the Monday Night Raw, the wars that we had. But all these lawsuits and people feeling creepy with him. A lot of wrestlers came out. A lot of the female wrestlers, were feeling comfortable around him. But a lot of them were young at the time, and whatever they did, because they wanted a job. Because think about it. Yes, you can go to WCW, but WWE, just being that, was the premier wrestling organization. So if you had talent that wanted to come there, Vince McMahon, the creepy old man, that did what he can, and money talks.
I mean, if you want to be able to bring him back to use him in documentaries or give him in the Hall of Fame or use his name to document the business, that's fine, because you can try all you want, but you can't erase history. And he is, regardless of how you feel about him or what he's done, he is a pioneer of professional wrestling. And wrestling would not be what it is today without him, because he's the one that pretty much decided to take WWE out of the territories and take it global. And, people were pissed off about when he did that. And, he's a pioneer of professional wrestling. You don't have professional wrestling today without Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, and Vince McMahon, regardless of how you feel about them personally.
Yep.
So You want to bring him out and make him the only inductee in the Hall of Fame next year in Saudi? Cool, whatever. Then put it to bed. But him coming back to be part of WWE, to be creative, is unacceptable. Should not be allowed. Should not happen. TKO and Ari Emanuel and the heads of that should not do it. I don't know how ESPN would feel if he came back. I don't know how Netflix would feel if he came back. You don't let Vince come back, regardless of what's going on. If he buys his way out of this Janelle Grant thing, that's between them. But as far as wrestling fans, I don't think Vince being back with WWE is a good look or a good move.
What they should do is get better creative people in the back. You want that. You want better people, right? And look, you know what? All kidding aside, we trash Triple H a lot of times here and there, but a lot of it's is not under his control. TKO wants what they want, and sometimes they go above his head, and there's nothing he can do about what he does. And the fans jump on him because he's the one he's the face of WB. But having Vince come back, right? I think, like you said, having Vince come back should be just for they put him in the Hall of Fame. You're right, documentaries and just some things, and just keep it moving.
Move on.
Yeah, agreed.
All right. That's it for our top rope takes. Now we hand things over to the dirtiest player in the game, the man who's got his hand and finger on the pulse of professional wrestling. We hand it over to Dirty Dom and the Dirty Dom dirt sheets.
So I got a couple of things. I gotta see how many I have. I can't remember how many I have, but so we talked about the visa issues with certain wrestlers here and there, but so apparently some rumors have been floating around that Dragunov might be going to AAA. They're discussing maybe having him go to AAA, put a mask on, become the Crazy Dragon. So just imagine he'll kill them over there the way he wrestles. But that's the rumor floating around. It says, according to rumors surfaced today, WWE United States Champion Dragunov would be close to arriving AAA wrestling and would do so under the new mask identity, Mad Dragon, but the Crazy Dragon, Mad Dragon.
I mean, I'd be all for it if it means he can wrestle. If they can't get a visa, if he does it while he's having visa issues in the States, why not go wrestle AAA?
Yeah, exactly. It says if the information turns out to be true, Triple H would add the most intense talent fighter in the world. Many consider Dragunov as one taking the max of WWE. He goes, so his arrival in Mexican wrestling would quickly turn him into one of the top stars in the company. So, so what do you? So I think that'd be pretty cool. At least get him on screen, get him fighting. Because it sucks to have that talent, and he's just sitting in the back doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Put him somewhere. No, that's smart.
No, so all right. I got another one. So we all speculated about McIntyre returning. Apparently, rumors he's not. So according, he got cast in another movie. So he's doing another movie now. So we might not see him even past SummerSlam. He might not come back by SummerSlam either.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk that he was actively shopping around Hollywood looking for movie roles.
Yeah.
Requesting movie roles, requesting auditions because he did not want to go back to WWE yet. So
one of the movies is going to be filming in the summer in Spain. So he's going to be out of he'll be in Spain filming a movie when SummerSlam is probably happening. So maybe you'll get him for Survivor Series, come back for Survivor Series, or show up at a PLE like random one day after he's finished doing what he's doing.
I'd say surprise entrance in Royal Rumble next year. Would be my money.
All right.
Yeah.
So anybody watch the UFC fight from Washington, from the White House?
Nope. Didn't care.
So apparently there were some shots fired. Freaking Conor McGregor made some shots fired at the OTC.
Okay, I'm glid you're going here, but instead of going the other
No.
I was about to be like, Dom, don't open that can of worms, Dom.
That's another thing. That's not what I was talking about. I'm just interested in the fact that he made the comment about the OTC about it, and then Roman Reigns said who? So could there be a potential of having Conor McGregor showing up in a WWE ring?
They've been trying to do that for years.
I know. Maybe this might be the catalyst to get him in, because now that TKO, now own WWE, maybe gonna work out a deal. Because actually, Conor McGregor is actually just coming back saying that he has another fight. There's another fight that was in his contract, so he's coming back to fight again. But we've had freaking UFC guys trash talk wrestlers before, and we had some situations where they came in. So do you see Conor McGregor making
I would like to see Conor McGregor in WWE. Just doing something.
Yeah.
It'd be better than what we got Monday night. As far as celebrities go.
He's actually taking shots from two different people right now, because Paul Walter Hauser is also taking shots at Roman Reigns for being there too. So
it was I think Paul he took a shot for friggin' Roman Reigns being there, but Conor McGregor just took a shot. Why are you here wrestling? Why you have nothing to do with UFC? So kind of that's a shot because he was there watching the match. So
he was there because ESPN and TKO wanted him there. That's
the thing. But also it's to open up some can of worms where you potentially have something down the road where
maybe plants a seed.
Yeah, some speculation, But let me see. I got the.
I don't know. I kind of wonder if Conor would be able to pass WWE substance abuse policy.
Yeah. So give or take, we'll see. Like I said, anything's possible.
Allegedly, because that's the rumor. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There you go.
Listen.
Yeah.
And, like I said, we had UFC fighters became wrestlers. Years and years
Shamrock,
ago.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So, Jake Hager. Well, Jake Hager kind of went from wrestling to MMA.
And what's his name?
Bobby Lashley.
What's his name? Who fought Brock Lesnar?
Frank Mir.
Was it? You had.
Cain Velasquez.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez. Yeah. So hey, who knows? Like I said.
And then he unalived someone.
Yeah, he unalived somebody for a reason. Which
yes, he did.
And it was a very good reason, but
it was a very good reason.
Very good reason. But we'll see what that transpires. All right, the last one we briefly talked about it. So LA Knight was planned to win the King of the Ring last week. He was planned. That was on top of the score. That was what was supposed to happen. But one of the reasons LA Knight hasn't been given the bigger role, internal concerns regarding his in-ring consistency. He does have a lot of botches. He does. But I'm telling you, the last 2 weeks, his promos have been on fire.
Yeah, his problem's never been his promo skills. It's his wrestling. It's his in-ring ability.
Yeah, so the WWE reportedly views Jey Uso as a stronger in-ring performer and reliable with the merchandise mover and someone who is more coachable factors and influence in recent bookings. So LA Knight might be a Karen in the back, that the way because that's what Alfred is saying, that Jey Uso is more approachable. To go up and coachable, and he's coachable and approachable. You can talk to him, this and that. So, what do you guys think? You think this is it, man? Like, freaking LA Knight is never going to get that push. He's never going to really have that one more opportunity to become champion down the road.
Maybe mid card, but I don't ever see him winning the WWE or World Heavyweight Championship. Never. He's 44. WWE wants to go younger. His ship has sailed. They should have put the belt on him earlier in the year if they were going to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm. He's got hard botches. You saw him botched at 619 in the house shows when they were overseas.
That was funny.
He can't even jump up on the top rope without slipping. It just I like LA Knight. And he could be the modern day Rock or modern day Stone Cold if he was pushed right, but it just seems like WWE has no interest. the fans are behind him. They just have no interest in pushing him whatsoever.
That said, because he had actually, you know, when he came in as Max Dupree, freaking,
Oh God.
Yeah.
When they finally gave him the opportunity, he was cooking. But hey, like I said, you know what?
When he finally turned into LA Knight, that's when he got to his height.
Yeah.
That's when he should have had the belt.
Well, they didn't even really push him in NXT because he was never NXT champion, was he?
Yeah, he was. Did he win? Did he had the $1 million man? He had the $1 million belt.
Yeah, he had the $1 million belt when he fought against what's his name?
And what's his name was the Butler.
Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes not even in WWE anymore.
Yeah, when he became the Butler,
he was never. I don't think he was ever NXT champion.
No, I don't think. No, I think.
No.
You know what? I wouldn't mind him being mid card if you really push him mid card and have that freaking mid card really make it prestige. We have all these fighters that go for the mid card. I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, he had two pretty forgettable stints as United States champion.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah. If the Continental Champion could be something different, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's my dirt sheets for this week. I know other stuff is probably coming out, but
it's actually been kind of a boring couple of weeks for wrestling news. We all kind of blew our loads a couple of weeks ago with the releases and all that.
Well, we had a lot of stuff, but you know what? But at least we got some news. You dig the surface, you see some stuff that's out there. That's all over.
There's always something.
Web. Yeah, there's always something, but you have certain things. Like I said, I think heading into Night of Champions, there's going to be some news. We'll find out more about Rhea Ripley down the road. Going on, and and we'll see. Like I said, we got the got that, and I don't think, like I said, we got you got the Night of Champions in 2 weeks. So you have two more shows. You have Friday night, but you have three. You have Friday night SmackDown tomorrow. You got Raw, and then SmackDown, and then the Night of Champions. So you got three more shows. 3 more shows before the Night of Champions. So we'll see what happens, transpires in those shows. Oh, what I did want to talk. Well, I want to talk about. I don't know. You want to wait for talk about the Raw and SmackDown, this and that, but there's some things about Raw last night that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, we can do it in our review section, our 3-count reviews, best moment, worst moment, what were they thinking, moment of the night. We can do that there. We're going to open it up with SmackDown. Dom, I'm going to let you talk about SmackDown from last week. What was your best moment, worst moment, and what were they thinking, moment of the night?
The best moment was Logan Paul coming back. That
was on Raw, not SmackDown.
SmackDown. Oh, SmackDown. Well, the best moment, the worst moment was LA Knight losing. You're right. SmackDown. He fought LA Knight fought in SmackDown. Yeah. So him losing, and then Solo all of a sudden becoming part of the whole Bloodline storyline again, because and the burying the freaking Royce keys, and also you brought Finn Balor back to lose, the push. I know that it's just the first couple of weeks, the first week that he's actually really there. You did have the him and Tonga as a potential Bullet Club, bring back old times, which was pretty cool. The best moment was Sami Zayn, man. Sami Zayn, the promo with Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes. Talking all that BS and stuff like that, and him inserting himself as him becoming the freaking referee for next week. I think that, and what are they thinking? Like I said, what are they thinking? Putting making Jey Uso win, giving the win to Jey Uso. And I know they're trying to play it safe, but stop playing it safe, man. Sometimes that condom has to break. You know what I'm saying?
That's quite the analogy.
Way to put it down.
Way to put it.
Sometimes you just got to put an extra 25 cents in the
exactly,
slot,
man.
Right?
Get the extra industrial ones. You know what I'm saying?
For me, SmackDown, my worst moment of the night was Jade Cargill's wig falling off. My best
forgot
moment of
about
the night was Jade Cargill's wig falling off. And the what were they thinking moment of the night was Jey Uso winning the King of the Ring qualifier.
I thought you were going to say put some extra glue on the wig.
I'm very surprised that her wig came off. But mind you, that
I'm surprised she wears a wig.
I thought she had hair, and that was the whole thing. I was very surprised that she shaved the head, and I think the reason why she shaved the head there. So apparently there's some. I think she's doing some kind of fashion. She's doing something, and So the fact is that she has short hair, But I really thought that was her hair, because the people who've done the wardrobe and stuff like that did a damn fucking good job. That all those fights she had before, you'd never seen it.
No.
And she had her hair pulled. She had her hair pulled by Naomi. She had her hair pulled by freaking goddamn.
Yeah. I said it jokingly, but I think maybe they forgot to put the glue on it to keep it in place.
That was very. When I seen that, I was like, I did like the Scooby Doo.
What the hell?
I wonder if, like, I think before it was extensions, because she would show up with short hair sometimes, and it was like slick back, and I think that was her real hair, and they had extensions in it. And I think this time, I don't know why she might have shaved her head. Maybe she shaved her head because she wants to change her hair color and to get all the silver dye out of it or whatever. So she's just wearing wigs for the time being. I don't know, but
I'm gonna get ridiculed. I'm gonna get ridiculed for what I'm about to say, and and it just brings,
no matter what.
It just brings some vibes to me right now. Remember Scooby Doo, the werewolf, when he got his head shaved? That he had the hair, and they shaved the hair, and the hair, it was bald. He had the little. That reminds me of the Jay Cargill thing. I'm sorry, man. No, Jay Cargill, I love you, man. You're a sexy woman. I'm sorry. You definitely are, man. But that's reminded me of that. It's just something that struck me, because when I seen that, I actually the clip of Scooby Doo came on one of my feeds, and that was one of the things that came on the thing, and I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh shit.
Sticks, what say you about SmackDown, my friend?
Best part, I'm gonna give it to. Let's see, where'd I have it?
Jade Cargill's wig falling off.
Well, I'm gonna put that into the worst moment, because as funny as it is, it really really hard on her. I mean, she played it off great in her tweet that afterwards
gives a new meaning to the phrase "snatch your wig off."
Yeah, snatch that wig. Yeah.
Well, look at Bianca Belair. Sure, her freaking long hair. They pulled that thing to it never comes off. So
yeah. My best moment is I think the Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes. I think that's playing in good to what we're getting this Friday. I know you said probably that Zayn is gonna help Gunther lose, but I think he might help. He might also help Cody lose. I think it could go either way, because with Cody kind of not mocking him, but kind of putting him down a little bit in the one segment. So
I think we're gonna get a slow count or a no count, and Gunther's gonna get mad, and he's gonna take Sammy out, and him and Sammy are gonna start brawling. Then we're gonna get a different referee in there. It's gonna be some shenanigans.
Or exactly.
There's definitely gonna be a shenanigan.
Or Sammy makes Cody win, and then freaking Gunther goes crying to freaking Nick Aldis. 2 times in a row, right. I got screwed. My leg underneath the rope, and now this.
And then he picked the referee.
There's got to be some shenanigans abound.
Yeah, because that Sammy would definitely tell Cody.
He's the last real nice guy, or last real good guy.
Yeah, and what are they thinking? I feel bad for Royce Keys. I think he is kind of. I don't want to say they're burying him, but they're not exactly. Yeah, Royce Keys. They're not exactly hoisting him up either. And to showcase him. This is like the 3rd time he's lost since he's gotten here. So
And now they're shoving him right in with the bloodline bullshit.
yeah, which is I don't even like that. Or the MFTs. Oh, he might join the MFTs. Why would he join the
MFTs? Be much longer,
MFTs?
man.
Why would he join the MFTs? They didn't.
Jacob Fatu.
So that's my SmackDown.
All right. That's it for now. We're talking about Monday Night Raw, and Dom has been itching like his jock to talk about Raw. So go ahead, Dom. What's going on?
Okay, so what I want to say is that we all thought that Montez Ford and freaking Seth Rollins was going to go for the tag team championships. So
no, I don't think there was a we all. I don't.
So Dawkins,
I think
it was a Dom and everyone in Dom world.
I know, but then Dawkins came back, so now they're going to go for the belts. They're going to fight him on Raw this week, and I think they're going to beat Division. This and that. So we're going to get the steel cage. I think this should be the final, thing with Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins. Because you see that they were trying to recruit Javon Evans. And the Maverick, Logan Paul came back. So having Logan Paul come back, is that telling you that he probably wanted to come back? I know he can't wrestle. He could be there for support. Do we see Bronson Reed might be making a return very soon?
A return?
Bronson Reed's been looking good, man. Freaking busting his ass training, man. He lost a lot of weight. Train. So get Bronson Reed.
Someone's got it.
He looks really good.
Yeah.
Someone's got to show up if they want to keep those tag team belts.
Yep. Well, remember, Braun Breaker, Paul Heyman worked into their contract that anyone in the division can defend.
Yeah, can be champion. All right. So the best moment, I think the best moment was I guess the whole the worst moment was at the Bloodline freaking goddamn the Ulafala freaking goddamn ceremony, giving it to Jacob Fatu. Took about 25 minutes of the show, and there was only 2 wrestling matches. If you really think about it,
it was one wrestling match in almost like 2 hours of the show.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the what are they thinking? That's my what am I thinking? The show.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
What I definitely like. I like the one of the other worst moments is that freaking Danhausen, freaking Liv Morgan. All the Bloodline lost. All the other freaking goddamn Judgment Day lost. They all lost their matches. They're like burying Raquel. And it really it sucks. But
they're definitely not pushing her.
The best moment is LA Knight, man. LA Knight with his promos, man. His promo. Yeah, another good promo.
LA Knight.
And
yeah.
We're gonna probably get the SummerSlam is going to be probably Jey Uso and LA Knight going at it, or Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu probably soon, because Jacob Fatu came out with his the Cobra Clutch. I know it's the grip, the freaking Tongan death grip, but there was it. And the words, like I said, the worst moment I'm really thinking also. What happened?
I said the Cobra Clutch.
Cobra Clutch. I know. They just bring that up. The worst moment and the one they think is at the show. Freaking 2 matches, and basically, if you really think, you threw the Javon Evans match in there with Austin Theory, and you got him. They had that fight, this and that, to showcase the Javon Evans, and because he's going to be fighting this week on Friday night, with Jay. So you want to get him back into the fold. But now I think. Like I said, now I think the Bloodline, like you said, Bloodline, the freaking goddamn Division now is going to definitely have some kind of issues. And I think they come out, and then you get Seth Rollins coming out with the freaking goddamn Street Profits. They're all going to come out, and that's why I think Javon Evans probably will win. Because then, and you know what? How about this? Yeah, who's to say? Right, you have LA Knight is feuding with the Bloodline. Who's to say that Seth Rollins accidentally freaking makes Jay lose? Because there was a run-in with the Usos on Monday night, a couple of 2 weeks ago. Talking about with the King of the Ring stuff and talking Seth Rollins talking shit. So
what was What was the last time in recent that WWE actually used interference in their match?
In a match, LA Knight. He got hit by freaking Solo Sikoa and lost.
No, I mean in a PLE. I mean in a PLE.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, it's been a while. We've been speculating about shenanigans and all that for a while, and
I think we might get it.
Pulled that trigger.
We
haven't gotten it.
Night Champions might be a big cesspool of interference. We'll see.
Yeah, is that playing it safe mode that they're in? I think though.
Cookie cutter, Sesame Street.
You want me to go next?
Go ahead, Sticks.
My best moment is the Chad Gable match. I thought that was a good match in a sea of nothing for that episode.
We're going to be getting Chad Gable versus Ethan Page next week.
Yeah.
So.
Worst moment is the brutal attack on Eric Andre. What the shit?
Yeah, it was not. That was not needed.
What the shit?
None of that was needed. We didn't need the fucking Ulafala 2.0 ceremony.
Oh, let me ask you. When did the Ulafala look like a big necklace of walnuts?
So there's actually three. There's
What
different Ulafalas. There's different Ulafalas.
Okay,
different colors, and
I wish they would explain that because.
There is different Ulafalas. You have a brown shruffle up one. You have a red one. You have there's a white
different
one.
meanings.
So that means he's like the second in command now because he's got a new Ulafala. Yeah. So he jumped over Jay.
He's in the inner circuit now. He's part of this. He's part of the family now.
Yeah,
which he was before. Well, I don't know why he needed that, but
it definitely showed Jay getting frustrated because he's getting this. So I think there's a potential for back and forth with those two somehow, some way, because Jay was remember he was in line to be the next tribal chief.
Yeah, and then it was given to Solo, and now it's given to Jacob, and just when he thinks he's going to be in charge again, basically Roman gives him the old middle finger.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Better luck next time, pal.
Yeah, it wasn't a one in the air; it was a one in the air.
Yeah, but you see, the whole fact is that you saw the ending when they were raising their fingers. Jay is like hesitating, looking because he's pissed at because Because Jacob Fatu is like, I ain't gonna listen to you. He goes, yeah, I'm not listening to your ass, man. Because the OTC is the only one that I freaking goddamn now.
Yep. Yeah.
The bloodline is just boring and stale, though. Like. Yeah. We're right back to I love you Solo, but instead of I love you Solo, it's I love you my OTC.
Right. Boy. Yeah. Okay. Okay. For my what are they thinking? And this is a wide what are they thinking? If you're the crowd leaving after that Raw, are you thinking I want to come back and pay for this again?
Fuck no.
Fuck no. Exactly. I'm not going, man, that was great. I'm going, you know what did I just sit through? What did I pay for?
You're not a 6-year-old kid who loves that. So if you're a 6-year-old kid and you're a kid.
6-year-old kids aren't paying the bill to go there.
I know, but the parents take their kids to enjoy something. The kids see these guys as superheroes.
But that's not even that's the very small
They're paying to go watch professional wrestling. You're not going for 2 hours of fucking talking and promos. And then
that's the worst.
One wrestling match. Yeah, get out of here, man.
Your kid is falling asleep on your lap waiting for something to fucking happen.
Yeah.
Damn, Sticks.
Is it started yet, Dad? No, we're leaving. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, get out of here.
Come on, man. No, I know. You're just kidding. I know the kids look at it. They don't really care. It's the adults. They pay for this shit. He goes, what the hell? 3 wrestling matches?
No, the kids don't care, and the kids are they're entertained by whatever you put in front of them. Maybe
it's 2 hours this week. SmackDown's gonna be 2 hours tomorrow.
I'm not coming back after that night of two matches, maybe 2.5 matches, and a backstage promo that was probably filmed last week.
I want to know from Green Shirt Guy how he feels about how much money he has to pay to go to these events.
They paid for him, man.
Did he have a social? He must have a social.
Yeah, he's an IG. I follow him on IG.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's called Green Shirt Guy?
Yeah. I can't remember what his IG is.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
But for me, my what were they thinking moment on Raw was hands down the Eric Andre thing. We don't need it. We never need it. There was no point for it. Yeah, he's a Street Fighter with Roman Reigns.
I figured Netflix.
Right, but unless you're gonna have John Cena come out and defend him next week, what was the point of that?
He was very great. He touched Jacob Fatu.
Oh my God, he touched the
walnuts.
He oogled the Ulafala, you know. He touched his new.
He oogled his walnuts.
Yeah, he fucking fondled his nuts.
There's one thing you do. You don't touch a grown man's Ulafala.
Yeah. You know, and so we watched him destroy Eric Andre for God knows what reason.
But see, does that make Roman Reigns a villain again? Yes. Because think about it. If you're a good dude, a good guy, you're not gonna have your guy do that. So we're talking about that Roman Reigns is playing the anti-hero probably, you know, because he does give 5 to the crowd, the people in the stands and that, but at the same time he's a villain. He's the anti-hero that I'm the OTC.
Yeah.
So
there are people who cheer for the villain. So
worst moment of the night for me was just the amount of wrestling in the first like hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah.
One match. Yeah, I agree with Dom. Could you imagine, or Sticks? Could you imagine paying for that shit and you go into Raw and the first fucking hour and a half to 2 hours, there's one match?
The first 20 minutes of the freaking show, 25 minutes was freaking guy in the bloodline. It took them forever to get freaking down. Freaking, it was a 10-minute walk for freaking Roman Reigns to walk down the ring to the. So.
Yeah, at the least for the nosebleeds, you're paying $90.
You got to listen to Roman Reigns talk about the accomplishments of guys who've done fuck all.
And he didn't talk about The Rock. What happened with The Rock? The Rock's name was not mentioned in that freaking dialogue. So obviously,
I think they're telling him to leave The Rock out of your mouth for right now.
No, I actually think that there's going to be some beef down the road with The Rock when he comes back. There'll be some stuff. So you might get The Rock versus Roman Reigns.
I don't know.
Probably Saudi WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, it's going to be towards WrestleMania.
But do you have Roman Reigns without the belt? Of course, because he probably won't have the belt next year.
Yeah, you don't need the belt to do Rock versus Roman. The belt's kind of an afterthought at that point.
Yeah. It might be the reason why The Rock comes up.
My other what were they thinking moment of the night is why the fuck are you going to insert Braun Breaker in the Javon Evans Austin Theory match? Like that didn't make any sense to me. That I felt like that spot did not need Braun Breaker.
You know what's funny? He got speared out of his fucking soul when he did the and the spear came out of nowhere.
Yeah, but they didn't.
That just makes me wonder if they're going to go with the injury angle because there's a lot of people speculating that there's going to be an injury angle and that someone who in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament, most likely Javon Evans won't be able to participate and he's going to be replaced on SmackDown by CM Punk. And maybe we're going to get CM Punk winning King of the Ring or winning that match to face Oba Femi at King of the Ring. At Night of Champions. And have CM Punk beat Oba or something, or that's when Brock screws Oba for CM Punk to win.
How about Brock Lesnar? Is the one they put in?
If they're gonna do it, if Brock comes in and goes, no, I'm gonna go in.
No, because I think Brock's gonna the final match of Brock is gonna be career. So
yeah,
it gives them a reason to mess with Oba and have one more match with Oba and have CM Punk go on to face Cody at
I think either way.
Match of the night for me, best moment of the night. mean, that's a hard one.
Well, Chad Gable.
Yeah, I have to give it to Chad Gable.
That Gable match was great.
Gable Rusev was great. It's just time to give that man a shot at the IC title, and you give that man a shot at that IC title at in his hometown of Minneapolis, Minnesota. At SummerSlam. If you don't do Chad Gable versus Penta at SummerSlam, that everyone in that fucking creative team should
listen. You're gonna get that, and if Chad Gable wins, he wins, and then he fights Ethan Page on the road. And Ethan Page wins, so Ethan Page will win later on. You know, he'll fight Chad Gable down the road. But give it to Chad Gable for now.
I don't think Ethan Page needs the title right now. I think he'd be okay not having the title for a while.
No, I'm just saying they'll do it now, but do it later. But eventually, Ethan Page will own the Intercontinental Championship. He will have.
Yeah, he will eventually win it. I'm sure.
Would you do at Night of Champions? Would you do Penta versus El Grande Americano? Have him drop it to El Grande Americano and have El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable at SummerSlam?
No.
To play that one back?
I'll tell you when you do El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable and you run that one back, when El Grande Americano beats Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Mega Championship.
Yeah.
Because Chad Gable always says that, he's said several times that he wants to find his way back to Mexico. He'll be back there one day. That's when you do it. You have Chad Gable beat El Grande Americano for that title. But you give him, and I would do that later on. Like
I'd be all right with that.
WrestleMania, maybe Royal Rumble. But let Gable have the Intercontinental Championship for a while. That would just be how I would book that.
Sure.
You should get a job working for WWE, Matt.
I did. I'm telling you. Why not?
Be the spokesmodel. Or wrestlers don't wear diapers.
I could just throw. I mean, fuck. My 4-year-old can throw shit at the wall and talk about what's gonna pop up.
Literally.
She'd probably go, "Goo goo, daddy." There's a wrestling match right there.
Well, thankfully, my 4-year-old is a lot more articulate than just goo goo.
I know. The kids today, kids 4 years old having full conversations, like legitimate conversations. So, what do you think about inflation? What do you think about political landscape? What?
Not about inflation, but
fucking kids, man.
This is the inflation of a birthday balloon.
Yeah.
John Cena apparently told some young fan, I guess, that the only person that could get him to come back for professional wrestling would be Elon Musk, and he'd have to give up a whole lot of his fortune to do so.
Shit. See, not even freaking guy Saudi. So,
I mean, the fact that Cena's out here saying that, he would never come back, and now all of a sudden, it's like, well, if you're willing to pay me enough money and back that truck up to my house.
Well, you said it a long time ago. I mean, you said he'll come up with a fuck you amount, and then to see who'll pay it, and then probably do it.
$2 million.
It's like a comic shop.
It's going to take more than $2 million.
It's like a comic shop. When you see that book on the shelf, and it's like triple of what it's going for, that's that. I don't want to sell it, but if someone's willing to pay my price, I will. Price tag.
If you can get me Detective Comics 27, Amazing Fantasies 15, Action Comics #1.
Yep.
You freaking 5 times what those books are worth. Because that freaking goddamn Superman #1.
Saudi Arabia wipes their ass with them Action Comics #1.
Yo, there's a dude who has all those books in his goddamn freaking vault. In Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Wipe their ass with an Action Comics #1. $2 million. I use that to wipe my ass every night.
I use $2 million to wipe my ass. I got toilet paper. That's my toilet paper.
I use that to wipe my face after my kebab. All right, NXT. Best, worst moment, and what were they thinking moment of the night for NXT last night?
You go first, man.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first because you were last.
Yeah,
Man,
I don't remember.
NXT is a hard one for me. Because what were they thinking is. I don't know. Do you already have yours ready to go, Dom?
Well, I was gonna say what do they think? My worst moment was watching Jada Parker get buried. You know, poor girl can't get herself going, and then it aggravates me because I want to see big things for her. Because I think she's truly special and awesome. But yeah, that that was that. The highlight of the moment was seeing Tatum Paxley coming back to freaking haunt Zarya, and Zarya wound up getting freaking pinned in the tag team match. So her getting pinned, that means somebody's gonna go up for against her against the championship. So kind of, and also the best moment, Izzy Rain. She's definitely every week she's been doing good and good, better and better. And like I said, it really wasn't like Kendall Gray and Lower Vice. That was I like that match. That match was good. Like I said, when Tam Paxley came back, so that match was pretty good. The funny thing about that match, you see when freaking Lola Vice got laid out and her legs like this, and she's like laying in the mat. The camera guy just took a snapshot. He goes, there was a caption that says, "No wonder Damian Priest is so high on Lola Vice." They were both at the.
What happened to Booker? Why was Corey Graves there?
I think he was staying for. He was there for Booker. I don't know why. I think Booker had something. Had to do something. Had an engagement.
Because it's being made to sound like he's going to be Booker's permanent replacement.
No, I don't think he's going to be Booker's permanent replacement unless Booker's coming to the main roster, and he's going to wind up becoming a commentator here in the main roster. Because I think they're changed. So there's word in the street that there's going to be some changes in the commentators. So we don't know. I don't know when. So, but they're talking about it. So we'll see. But I think of what I believe is that Booker T had an engagement, something going on, and he couldn't be there, so they had Corey Graves fill in for him.
I mean, for me, no, you're not. Are you done, Dom?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
My worst moment of the night was the sit down between Naraku and Tony D'Angelo, just because fucking nothing happened.
Yeah.
It was pointless. And the fact that there was only 5 matches on NXT.
There's more matches than freaking Raw.
Yeah, 2 hours of NXT, but you only had 5 matches.
5 matches, yeah. And you had some pretty good matches. Like I said, the tag team.
I'm thankful we didn't have to look at Mason Rook's Mandusi this week.
Good. There you go. That was the best moment.
I think the kid's got potential. He just needs different ring gear. That's all I'm gonna say. Either he needs to tone up the thighs or get
what's sad?
Ring gear. And as a former fat guy who has a lot of loose skin in that area too,
dude,
I wouldn't go out there wearing
belly roll should be the perfect example for him to understand.
Yeah,
to use Ozempic. Hey, to do something.
Nah, I mean he doesn't have to use Ozempic, but
I'm just saying
he's strong. He's built like Bronson Reed, but even Bronson Reed was a little bit toned, or didn't have the Mandusi flaps.
What about Lee? Freaking
Keith Lee wore trunks.
I know. So maybe the outfit.
Just a ring gear change up, man. He doesn't need to wear the singlet. He isn't a fucking Greco-Roman wrestler.
John Cena route. Wear the shorts. Wear something like that with a over baggy t-shirt.
He ain't Andre. He doesn't need to wear a singlet. He's not a fucking Olympian. He ain't Greco-Roman wrestling over here, dude. Yeah, just
big show. Yeah.
Get out of here.
And
I
like that. Yeah.
I did like the chaos of the main event. And so I just wish they would give a little bit more love to Zarya, because I really want to see what she can do. And I liked Izzy Dame beating Thea Hale.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my thoughts on NXT. It's kind of a meh show. I feel like NXT has kind of been a meh show for a while now.
Better than it.
Because I don't
had
care
been a
about
couple
Dork
weeks
State.
ago. Oh,
I don't
God,
care
no.
about Dork State. They
Dork
still have
State,
not given me a
damn.
fucking reason to care about Mason Rook. And, Naraku has done nothing but just show up and sit in the audience or sit down to talk. Like there's been nothing there. Like, yeah, he beat Mason Rook 1-on-1 last week, but that was pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch NXT Sticks?
I did actually this week. I did.
All right. Best moment, worst moment. What were they thinking, Sticks?
Best moment. I'm agreeing with both you guys that the main event, the Vice Gray and the Zarya Klein Jordan match was the best thing on there. Worst moment for me was the
Was no man.
the Heights Drake match. I didn't like that. I don't know. Didn't care for it. And what are they thinking? I guess it would be the Natty Parker, because I'm hoping. My what are they thinking isn't because it was bad or just the direction that they're going to go with it. I'm interested to see what direction they take it for. That's what are what are they thinking and where they go with Jada Parker.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Yeah.
All right. We don't have Dynamite this week because we're filming on a Wednesday night. It's got me all fucked up. Thanks a lot, Dom. So
You're welcome. Anytime.
We don't have a Dynamite recap tonight because Dynamite is literally on while we're recording this. So we'll hand it over to Sticks. He said he doesn't have a heat check this week, but I do see he's got a little something down there for the King and Queen of the Ring. So we'll pull that up and what you got for us, Sticks?
I thought we'd
So go ahead and fill in Dom's holes, Sticks.
Damn.
Jeepers. I just thought we'd
cream puff.
Push up and just go
Dom's
through.
Here for the back
We've
shot.
already kind of talked about it, but what the results were in the King and the Queen in the Ring. We've already kind of touched on it, but here's your. I can't.
Oba Femi.
There it goes. What have I got first? I could. Mine's swirling. I got the girl. I got the women first, right? Or no, I get the men's first.
It's the men.
So
Get the men.
Oba Femi defeating Dominic Mysterio, and then of course we're gonna get Divine Evans versus
Who are we getting?
Jey Uso.
Who are we getting versus Jey Uso?
Divine Evans.
Okay.
Javon.
I'm pretty sure you called him Devon.
Yeah, you called him Devon. You got the Dom bone.
I think I did.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said Devon Evans.
Maybe I don't think I did, but
Damn,
yeah, Javon. I would like to see Javon get pushed into that Oba Femi match. I'm hoping they don't really go Jey Uso.
Well, I got a feeling there's gonna be some shenanigans.
I don't know.
Happening. LA Knight's gonna fucking
again.
Jey Uso.
We haven't seen it on PLEs, but in the main shows we have. So there very well could be some kind of shenanigan happening. So
Shenanigans, actually.
Do you think that Lesnar was supposed to come out for that the Mysterio match and then maybe backed out, and that's why they had the whole? I thought you were going to come out this time, and up. No,
they're holding. They're holding that.
They're gonna wait till the last couple minutes. He's gonna come out when they really need.
Or do you think they did that because of the speculation from the IWC? Everyone's expecting him to come out and F with Femi.
Yeah, it's gonna be a waiting game now. This is going to be the final match.
Well,
Their next match is the final match, part 3, the end it.
All right. And then our the Queen of the Ring tournament here. Where we had God, I can't even see it now. There we go. Well,
so we
got Liv Morgan, Flair coming up, and then Io Sky defeated Rodriguez.
Quick question. All right, so Morgan is gonna. Where are they fighting on Monday? Where's Monday gonna be? They're gonna be Monday. Where are they gonna be in London on Monday?
What, Dom?
Monday. They're gonna be in London on Monday.
Monday is in London. Yeah.
Okay. So, who's Flair beefing with? Jay Cargill. I think Jay Cargill is gonna friggin' cost Charlotte, the Queen of the Ring. You think she's gonna come out and do that, or is Fatal and Flames Influence is gonna come out and interfere
in London?
In London, you think Morgan definitely does get there with Io Sky, and that's when we get Stephanie Fakir, if she does, if the visa stuff works out, you have her interfere in.
I mean, if you're right, and if the sheets are right, and then she's having a visa issue, I don't know if it'll be set up by Monday.
Because if that's the case, Io Sky is going to win. Who's going to interfere with Liv Morgan?
Well, technically, we have to be Sunday.
No, Io's going to beat Liv straight up.
Yeah, she's going to be, because I don't think there's nobody right now to like interfere. Like Io Sky, who does she have? Who's in Raw right now beefing with Io Sky?
That I think we're gonna. Yeah, I think you're gonna get Io versus. You're probably gonna do Io versus Liv again at SummerSlam. Honestly, I don't know who else you would do.
I still think Rodriguez worked out better in that scenario, doing the same.
No.
Because Flair, Io's not going to beat Morgan. Flair's going to beat Morgan straight up. And Io Sky is going to beat Flair at Night of Champions. And Io's going to challenge Liv Morgan for the title.
I don't know.
I actually think the belt should be put back together again. Like have the two belts together, like unite the tag team championships and the universal and championship belts.
Unify it. Yeah,
and then you could have back and forth. You could have more. Like you could have more of a challenge. People have to fight. There's one belt, and you want to fight for that belt.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense with all the roster cuts and the fact that they don't have enough people to fill a line. So,
yeah,
I'd be all for that, and maybe they would be too because of the fact. So
I don't know. It should be an interesting next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, especially since they have to fucking build Night of Champions, finish building Night of Champions in 3 shows.
Nope.
If we get Night of Champions and there's no championship matches, why is it called Night of Champions?
Right, and like they still haven't established if we're supposed to be doing champion versus champions that match like they always have, or if it's going to be completely something different. Is it Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns? Is it what are we doing here? It doesn't feel like that's the case.
I think they changed it. It was supposed to be.
They had to have, because there's no interaction between Cody and I really think that because Roman wrestled, even Cody did, but I really think that it's probably going to be Cody, Gunther, and Sami Zayn at Night of Champions in a triple threat match for the championship. I think that's where they're going.
Good God.
And I think you're going to put that belt on Sami Zayn. You do it. Just pull the fucking trigger, Triple H. Pull the trigger, Hunter. Pull it. Pull the trigger like you're flicking Stephanie's bean. Just pull it. All right.
Ooh. Oh.
Make something exciting. Give us something. But
We'll see.
Anything would be good. That's it. We'll see what happens come tomorrow and Monday, where we end up for our finals for our show next week.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about whether or not we want to do a watch along for Night of Champions, since it's going to be early AF in the day.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to talk about that and figure all that out. But anything else you guys want to cook on tonight before we call it?
I think that's good. I think it's done. I think next week's gonna be a big week. Next week because you have the Night of Champions coming, and we do the prediction card for that. If we ever get the whatever is gonna be on that, it's probably gonna be last minute. We'll have to do it hopefully by Thursday. Well, we're not gonna know by Thursday because Friday might be a new one, and we might have a something on Friday. But we'll see. Like you see, I hate this is the one thing I hate. They wait till like the last minute to finalize these PLEs, and you have to wait to find out what's going on. In the past, we used to find out who's fighting like maybe a month in advance, and they would battle each other throughout the entire scenario before the pay-per-view comes.
Yep.
Now, it doesn't happen. Like
we would know at least 2 weeks before the PLE.
Exactly.
I'll say
now,
that.
Like you don't even know going to the last.
Now we don't even know the week of.
Exactly. Like the last show has to go. Oh yeah,
day before.
This match chatted. Come on, man.
No, hell, how many times the night before on a SmackDown did we finally get a fight into the PLE? More than once.
And you know what? Matt has a point too. I'm thinking more and more now. If Rhea Ripley is unable to fight for that belt, and she has to give up the belt, you have a massive battle royal at Night of Champions. That would actually save the Night of Champions. If you really think about it.
It might, yeah, it might.
Yeah. And just imagine all the women from Raw, all the women from Raw, all the women from SmackDown. It's got to be a SmackDown winner, of course, but the whole fact is that it'd be intriguing.
I would say though, if they do a battle royal, that just makes your tournament moot. Why not just do the battle royal
on Friday night? How about the battle royal on Friday night before Night of Champions?
Friday night, and then roll it into the
person
next day.
The person who wins the queen of the ring has to battle that person in Night of Champions. The person wins the belt, becomes a new champion, and then you'll find out who you're fighting in Night of Champions. That could happen.
That would work out better because at least then you're getting a championship match.
Yeah, we might find out. We're gonna probably find out Friday, tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. If she can go, maybe Nick Aldis was like, we have a unfortunate news. Rhea Ripley has to relinquish the belt next Friday from Saudi Arabia.
It'll be a last minute decision for sure.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna give her as much time as they can. I think if by Night of Champions or SmackDown before Night of Champions, if they say, listen, like she's gonna need surgery, she's gonna need a scope, she's not gonna make SummerSlam, they'll have her drop the title. Maybe not. Maybe they'll keep the title on her. Who knows? But
yeah, but then you have
done that for other people.
I don't.
I think it's all just going to depend on how long her absence is going to be.
And you could have more challenges for Liv because you don't know how much longer Stephanie Fakir with the visa issues and the injury. So,
right.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think,
yeah.
But all right, well, I guess that'll do it for us this week on Off the Mat. The bell is counted, the 3 count has hit, and we're gonna call it a night. If you want to check out more from Doms and Sticks, you can check them out this Friday night over on the Qualified on Renovision. You can check out me, Sticks, and probably Dom Saturday night on SNS. You can check out Dom on Sundays on the Star Wars show over on Renovision. Sticks is you won't catch Sticks on Tuesday night because his Doctor Who show is on vacation for the summer.
Yep.
And you can check us out right back here next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on Off the Mat as Sticks goes Yeah, it'll be us two and probably Eric, maybe a rotating third as Styx is leaving us for the summer. He'll still be here
Sticks.
hopefully for watch-alongs and things like
Damn
that.
work,
I'll
man.
be there
You
for
gotta
watch
stop-
alongs, and I'll have my slides up for you.
You got to stop
so
working, man.
sure I get to myself.
Jobs. You see what jobs do? They interfere with things.
Yep.
Hey,
But
move from one job to the other.
on
Time
that
to go to
note,
work, man.
make sure to hit that like, subscribe button on your way out. Turn that notification bell on so you know whenever we go live with a new short or a new episode of Off the Mat or have any breaking professional wrestling news. And Dom, send us out with some words of wisdom, my friend.
Practice makes perfect. And I say that because look what's going on with LA Knight. The in-ring performance is not holding up. So make practice, learn your craft, try to perfect it. Mistakes do happen, but that's supposed to happen often. Make sure you stick to the grind of what you usually do to make you the best person you possibly can be at any job.
Simple, elegant, straight to the point. Probably one of the best words of wisdoms you've ever given us, Dom. And, you know, you can't top greatness like that. So we'll just say, we'll see you guys next